Just talking to the camera's weird. I spilled coffee.
You gotta say it louder.
Yeah.
With the ambient noise, I can't hear it.
Yeah, okay. So we're here on our first morning of the trip on our way there. We're in Bernie. And a great way to start off the trip is spilling a hot cup of coffee on getting here. But look at the table. In my defense, look at that table. It's awful.
Spilling Brian's coffee down. This idiot just spilled his entire cup of coffee on me. And my pants, and my jacket, and my Bible, and my wallet. Now my Bible is soaked. The pages are like stuck together. It's like can't even freaking get them apart. Soaking wet with coffee.
Well, we're passing through Marathon, Texas right now, and just for everyone that ever wants to go to Big Bend, get gas before you come to Marathon, Texas, because there are 2 gas stations and they both monopolize the system.
$4.21 a gallon.
$4.21 a gallon for diesel.
$3.69 in Fort Stockton.
So there's your tip of the day. We're on our way to refuel, and then we're headed to Big Bend right now.
We're gonna go sell our firstborn child to get fuel.
What, Curtis?
What?
What did you say?
I didn't say anything.
I said we're gonna go sell our firstborn child to get fuel. Because that's what it costs here.
Yeah. Costs a
the
lot.
rights to your firstborn child's life.
And 1 goat.
The rights to your first child's wife.
Life. The rights
No,
to your
white.
firstborn child's life.
White. We've now made it to Big Bend National Park. We're about to head in.
Yeah. Get some, Big Ben.
That's right. Here
What's up?
comes Curtis. Team Bricurken. Woo!
Yeah.
Shotgun.
Stop!
Oh yes.
Facebook jerk. Alright,
And skip CO9 and replace it with CO4.
With CO4.
And come back.
we come,
Okay.
we'll come like into Dominguez and down to Mariscal, and then
Yeah.
to Glen Springs, and then CO4.
Mm-hmm. When you're back to
Okay.
yeah, car and so forth. And then tonight you guys can decide did you want to start at CO6 or do you want to start over here?
If we're gonna park here and we're coming this way, there's no point in hiking up here and then hiking back.
Yeah.
We just chose CO6
We
because
just
it was
chose
close
that.
to the window.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, so where are we starting at now?
You can start one of 2 places, either Homer Wilson, which is a good place to end back up from the CO4, or at Mule Ears down
Okay.
off over here.
All right.
I would probably park at Homer Wilson and either camp in CO5 or CO4 for tonight.
Okay.
So and then go on down to Mule Ears
Yeah.
later.
Yeah, we can do that.
That'll work.
Okay, can do that. Do y'all want to do CO5 tonight so you're in a different zone than CO4 the last night?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, that's the Blue Creek zone. So y'all want to go up. You still need to be a half a mile from the road, even on the trails.
Is Blue Creek flowing?
No.
No? Okay.
Yeah, the creek's flowing. It didn't look like it coming in.
I know, that was kind of a discouraging sight, but we'll be fine. There's springs.
I figure there's at least a trickle at the springs would be alright.
Only $10 for a week worth of camping. Better than we expected.
That's the best thing about backcountry, because that's how it was a big ticket too. It wasn't like a pay per night. It was just like flat fee.
Exactly. We're on our way to the campsite right now. Actually, we're on our way to the parking site.
Yeah. We got like probably 40-mile drive ahead of us to get to where we're parking.
Through this windy, tiny, small, hilly, mountainous road. Awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, there's snow up on the mountains.
Yep. So, legitimately, right there. I see it right now. You can't see it. It's too far away. It's right on that mountain right there. All right, we're going to conserve battery so we can film tonight a little bit.
Jerky in hand, pistol and blades, and pans. All geared up, and the extreme wilderness around us. It's going to be a good week.
Oh, hey there. All set, packed up with probably 90 pounds of gear, and heading out into the wilderness to survive and fight for our lives for 6 nights, starting with tonight. Booyah.
Well, tonight's the night. We're all packed up and ready to go. It's 6 nights in the wilderness. This is Bricurken Adventures.
Peace
Come with
out.
us.
Fun.
We're walking along Blue Creek right now. We're gonna go to the left to hit C4. There's a spring out there somewhere.
Where about you think we're at right now? Kind of hard to tell.
It should. The springs are labeled on there.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, okay.
But I don't know really where.
What quadrant do you think we're in?
Probably latitude 60.
Okay.
I think we're like to the left of the 60-degree line.
I don't know, done hiking. I think it's a big difference.
Dude, you got an axe. Is that hammer as well?
There's another stick floating around here.
What do you think of the campsite so far?
Well, it's flat and flat. It's rocky, grassy, and the cold is kind of starting to set in. But it's good.
Nah.
Well, a little bit, but I have water all over my back.
Oh, right, okay.
But yeah, no. Look, take a look. Gander at that mountain there. I don't know if you could see it, but we're gonna
No, too dark.
give that a little climb tonight before hitting the sack. Hopefully it'll work out well, but I'm afraid there's
Ken, what do you have?
Oh, I have my handy dandy camp axe, which has a hammer and a nail puller and a hatchet to chop stuff on people or stuff.
Yeah, or stuff. You're hitting a rock, I think.
hard not to hit a rock out here.
Just blame Ken when he picked the spot. Oh, you got it, I think. It's starting to go down. Success.
So, it's 11:15 at night. I'm on guard duty. Okay, take 2. Fresh battery this time. All's quiet. It's about 11:20 now. I'm on guard duty. Curtis and Brian are sleeping. It's our first night in Big Bend. We left New Braunfels at about 6:30 a.m. We arrived at our campsite where we're at now at about 8:40 p.m. We then commenced to make camp and hike up the nearest hill, which I believe was about a 1,500-foot cliff that we climbed. Okay, I'm exaggerating. It was like 600, but 1,500 sounds better. And I'm really bored. There's nothing to do out here. There's no cards to play with. Don't have a cell phone or computer. All I have is this little camera in the pitch black darkness all around. Nothing there. Just me. It's gonna be a long night. I still have 2 more hours of guard duty before I wake up Curtis. Curtis lost the dollar toss. We didn't have a coin, so they threw $1. Curtis lost, so he has to be second watch. I volunteered for first watch. I'd rather first watch than second watch, because then you get to sleep straight through if you're either first or third. Second watch sucks because you sleep, then you wake up, then you sleep again. So I'm good with first watch. I think I might make some coffee because I'm cold. At least my hands are cold. And I'm tired. And I'm bored. So I think I'm going to make some coffee. So I'm going to go ahead and shut you off because there's nothing entertaining about the process of making coffee. And we'll pick back up later. Well, the coffee making venture was a success. I am redneck. I have made coffee in the wilderness. Yeah. And it is good and warm. So warm. Adios. That's all. It's like 12:55. Got about 15 more minutes left on my watch. I'm getting pretty tired. I'm starting to see things or imagine things. Because I'm bored. So I'll be sitting here and I'll be like, I swear I just saw a pair of eyes over there. And then I'll shine my light and there ain't nothing there. See for yourself.
Ain't nothing there. Hello. Just checking in. It's Curtis. And it's my turn to stand watch here on our first night at Big Bend. I've been standing watch for a couple hours now. And I can say is it's cold. It's gotten pretty cold out, and it's dark. It's dark, it's eerie, and absolute silence. The most eerie silence I've ever witnessed, but peaceful. Just standing out here. I don't know if you could see any of it, but beautiful mountain silhouettes with a crystal clear night, able to see every star of the sky. We're out here in the wilderness. No roads, no power lines, no cell phone towers, no buildings, not even any lights other than what we're producing. And yeah, it's the first night, and we'll see where this takes us. Hello there, it's Curtis again, just checking in. Wasn't long since I last checked in, just maybe 20 minutes, but I've been standing watch a couple hours. It's around 3:20 a.m. and like I said, cold and dark. And Brian and Kenan are asleep, and I don't know, I may very well be imagining it, but I heard what I thought was a loud squeal off in the distance somewhere. And if that's so, that's very interesting. Brian, Kenan, and myself are prepared. We have blades. We have firearms. It's dangerous out here. We are hundreds of miles in the middle of nowhere. No town, no roads, no power lines, no cell phone service. There are bears, snakes, cougars, mountain lions. Not to mention, we are within miles of the border, and if you don't know how dangerous and violent that is, you very well should. But yeah, just checking in once again. And next time this camera is on, you will be talking to Brian, and the sun will be rising. It's about 3:30 a.m. We're in Big Bend National Park, and it's cold. It's 4:25 a.m. and I have the last shift for the night. It got bitter cold, but it was nice and toasty in my sleeping bag, so I'm happy about that. So far, it's been a really, really nice trip. We're traveling faster than we expected to travel, and this morning, in a few hours, we have to travel, I think it's 7 miles to the Mule Eaters. And then, once we get to the Mule Eaters, we'll get to stop and explore and relax and stuff. Before we head out, we're going to be, probably have some breakfast. Use up some of the food in our bags. Lighten the load just a little bit. What else? Climbed a pretty substantial peak last night. In the dark, we just had our flashlights. I had my mag light. We are practicing a cold camping style, as prescribed by Robert Small, and so far it's working out well. We have a 2-person pup tent, and
just works out great. 2 of us sleep, 1 of us is out watching, and we've been taking 3-hour shifts. This way each of us gets 6 hours of sleep. So, I came out of the tent, and it seems like either Kenan or Curtis fixed coffee. And it was probably Kenan. The coffee is, I imagine it's gone, but yeah, coffee was made last night. Alright, that's it. It's Tuesday morning. It's Tuesday morning, December 27th, and the sun is about to rise. As soon as the sun is over the horizon, I'll wake the guys up and we'll get started with our day. 7-mile hike to Mule Ears. So, stay tuned, because here it comes, people. Sorry for the delay, folks. Got way too hot out here, and we had to shed some gear. We're back on our way to the Mule Ears.
It's on 2 Ears. Hi.
The route is just wooden posts without a wire.
Not necessarily.
Well, I saw it in the video online.
Well, let's take a quick gander at the map here.
Well, it's obvious that's the South Rim over there where the canyons are.
Yeah.
So we can break past that mountain, there'll be more posts by the road. We're in the process of hiking. Kenan and Brian are ahead of me. And I am lagging behind because I was taking some pretty cool pictures. But we just did a exhausting thing with our packs. Mine's 70 pounds, Brian's 50s, and Kenan's is about 90s. Ventured up on top of that mesa. Doesn't look that tall, but it's about 300, 400 feet up there. We were on top of that mesa trying to get a view of our surroundings, and I saw what I thought was maybe a bear box, just something to store food and water in, just a cache to go back to when we're hiking. And we actually saw people over there in cars. And from what that little box was, it wasn't a little box. It was a big building. What I thought was a box was a big building on top of a hill that looks like a hill, but it's really a mountain. It really puts to scale the size of all these out here. Like look at that. Maybe from your angle that doesn't look like much, but it took about half a day to get up there. without our packs. Well, I got some catching up to do. We gotta find some springs to replenish our water. Bye-bye.
Watch for evidence of this becoming a trail, because if it does, then we need to hang a right to hit the springs.
Okay. We're in a bit of a debacle at the moment. We can't figure out where this spring is. It could be next to one of 2 points that we think are the same thing, so.
It's a pickle.
You'll know after these messages.
And if you never hear from us again, then you know what happened too.
Initial calculations were wrong. We hadn't even gone as far as we thought we had. But the creeks have joined now, so we have a definite, for sure, landmark that we can follow.
Okay. And we gotta go down that.
Oh, I hate this. Going down hills with boots on, carrying a load, hurts your toes, people. Let me tell you. Let's go Bear Grylls style, Curtis. Yeah. Piece of cake. It's not a cake. Just a piece of cake. Piece of a carrot cake. A chocolate cake. Any cake, really. Any cake you want. Just get a piece.
Cake?
Yeah, just a piece of cake.
Where else is cake?
Did you not get a piece of cake back there?
No, man. What?
Dang it, Curtis, you got gypped.
Did Winnie the Pooh pop out of the tree? And
Yes, he did. And he asked for a sunny, and I told him where to get it.
Well, and you didn't ask him where the spring was.
He spoke Spanish.
That does make sense because you can see Mexico right over there.
Yeah.
Probably here.
Kind of like a steady cam. I like it. This pole, tripod, it's like a steady cam. On the other side of the hill? Curtis. There we go. 50 pounds of gear, people. 50! Alright, we're up the hill. We're up the hill.
Oh, hey there, buddy.
You got it, Curtis. Watch your back.
Yeah. You say we call this one quits and hike on the Muellers. Where are we gonna get
Oh,
water?
we need water.
Is there-
Curtis and Brian opted to take the road instead of taking cross country around the mountain. So we're walking along this paved road right now, and probably got another mile and a half of road left, and then we'll hit some trails and be out in the country again. But this road sucks. I hate walking on asphalt. So anyway, just thought I'd update you and check out this view.
Nothing beats this pretty face though. Oh yeah.
Yeah, whatever.
I know it's been a while since I turned the camera on, and that is because we've been hiking like crazy, and we've run out of water, basically. I have a few milliliters left, and we're at the place where this mule ear spring is supposed to be. Kenan left his pack on the side of the path, while Curtis and I were taking a little breather back, so he went on and headed to the creek, and we stumbled upon his backpack, the blue one, and now we can't find Kenan, so I'm hoping he found water.
That would be nice.
Yeah, that would be very nice. Anyway, I'll bring something back up if we find some water, or if we're dying, either.
Brian's purifying his water. I just found the spring over here. Water. Finally. Curtis purifying his water over there. And then my water bottle's sitting right over there, almost ready to drink. And in a few minutes, we'll be cooking dinner. Yes, it's dinner time.
Couple nights this winter already, I've come home and just held my hand under a hot faucet. Just
Frosted.
Stuck my feet literally in flames after doing mud maintenance at the church. My foot was like, the flames were licking around the top of my foot, and I couldn't even feel it. I was like, this is good.
Huh, I'll see now. Well,
Well, last night was very uncomfortable, not like night one. It was hot, and the entire tent was soaked when we woke up. Consequently, my clothes were also wet, and now they're outside drying right now. We're at the spring again, and we're eating breakfast. Also gathering more fresh water. Curtis apparently just harvested from something bad. I didn't hear everything, but...
no, I didn't.
Oh, you didn't?
No.
Oh, okay. Alright, well that's not true then. You got fresh water. We still have to disinfect it, but that's not a problem at all. Anyway, this is Wednesday?
Yes.
It's Wednesday, December 28th, 2011.
Curtis here. Hey. Just giving you a little update of the trip so far. It is Wednesday morning, December 28th. Not nearly as cold as it was last night. We pretty much just said to heck with the watches. That's crazy. So we all just bunched together in that little tent, and it made for a pretty uncomfortable night, but we did get the rest we need, and we were completely warm, no issue with the cold whatsoever. In fact, now, even with the sun up, I'm colder than I was all night. because I was in my nice low temperature mummy bag with the body heat of 3 people in one tent, so that worked out well. But the inside of the tent was soaking wet with our condensation, so we were trying to stay away from the walls. Now we're here at the spring. We're replenishing our water supply and making breakfast, drawing water and such. Last night was an interesting adventure to the spring. Me and Kenan came up here to wash, just the little cups we had for coffee, and heard a mountain lion, a little growl. And out here, their food source isn't all that great. It's the desert, so they'll pretty much attack and eat any flesh they could get their paws on. So we kind of booked it as soon as we heard it. But yeah, just checking up, making this documentary.
Well, ran out of butane, so I have to go back to base camp and get some more so we can boil our water and eat our hot meals. Fortunately, it's not that far to base camp. Just a few 100 yards. Speaking of which, I don't know if I updated you guys, but we found a spring out in the middle of the desert. And, yesterday we nearly ran out of water. And we made it here just in time. I mean, we were out of water about an hour before we got here. So, I'd say that's just in the nick of time. But here's base camp. Please ignore the mess right now. It's kind of unorganized. Sun's coming up. Yesterday the sun come up. Yesterday the sun came up and instant, like 20-degree temperature change. It was that much warmer. We had to take off our layers. It was, it got really hot. Just a reminder that we're still in the desert. Freezing nights and blistering afternoons. I'm gonna have to put this down just for a second so I can put the stuff back in my bag, okay? Butane. Alright, so we now have the butane, and I'm gonna head back to the springs. So we can eat, because I'm hungry. Yesterday, we hiked about 14 miles. And it was brutal. To all my friends and family and everyone out there, I miss you, and I'll see you when I get back.
Just a little instructional video for y'all. Yeah, so we're here at what we've made our home. It's the spring. We can't camp here at night. It's too close to a water source. But yeah, it's pretty much the only spring we've seen for hundreds of miles around. So we're here making this our home. But anyway, give you a little instructional video.
No, we need to use
When staying out here all day for multiple days like us, it's very important to keep our feet moist.
Tablets are more plentiful than the gas.
Yes. But yes, it's a good idea to take care of your feet. Keep them from getting too wet, which can cause trench foot, fungus, bacteria, blisters. It could wreak havoc. So what Kenan brought with him was this Gold Bond, just foot powder you could put on your feet to dry up your feet. Keep them safe. Here, Brian, you care to film? Thank you, sir. It's very easy. You don't have to be an idiot not to do this, but all you do, sprinkle powder on your socks and your boots.
Put powder inside your socks because we are in the wilderness. You're not supposed to sprinkle that powder everywhere. So what you do is when you're putting your socks on,
There you go, just like that. And Kenan is showing how smart he is compared to us, like always. And all over your feet as well. Tiny bits. Maybe tiny bit all over your feet. So that's that. Super easy. Mission complete. Now you know.
Got our drinking water disinfected with iodine tablets. Aside from the dirt, it tastes very good. See that mountain behind me? We're gonna be climbing that today. The sun's coming out. It's warming up real nice. Perfect for climbing that.
Hello, Brian. Today, we're going to climb that mountain. Doesn't look like much, but believe me, it is very tall. It will probably take all day. But we're going to climb that so we could get a good view of the south rim, which is that extremely long line of cliffs over there. And you can see that beautiful canyon right through there. And through that canyon flows the Rio Grande River. So in theory, we are looking at Mexico right now. The next day, we're going to climb up that mountain right there. And you see that little hole right up in there. That hole. Right at the tip of my finger. We are going to go into that hole because that little hole is a cave. Now that little hole doesn't look like much, but I should remind you that that little hole from here is probably about the size of your house. So, if not bigger. Okay, so that's our plans for the next 2 days. Although we will see how well we do with them because we are pretty exhausted from our trip out here so far. Legs are sore, blisters, just exhausted. Hello, it's me once again. So something pop up. I would like to.
it's an alien impersonating you.
They're not supposed to know that, Kenan.
Oh, oops.
You're gonna blow our cover. Okay. All right. But yeah, it's me again. Just thought I'd share something else with you. I know I touched base on it yesterday a bit. Just the scale of the size of everything out here. It doesn't look all that big from mere angle. They're just like little hills to you. But I mean, they're mountains. They're towering. They're huge. And just to give you a scale of how big these things are, in the last video I just showed you, a canyon where the Rio Grande is flowing. Right there. Way out there. The Rio Grande River is flowing right through that canyon. Now, it looks like it may only be 4 or 5 miles away, to y'all. But these structures out here are so big that really it's about 25 or 30 miles away. So we need to keep in mind, anything we would like to endeavor, it's a lot more than it looks.
We're about to roll out and go do some climbing and hiking stuff. Curtis and Brian are refilling our water right now. And so I just figured I'd give you an update. Yesterday was a pretty rough day, especially for me, because my pack's like 90 pounds or maybe 100 versus 50 and 70 for Curtis and Brian. And
I got a blister pretty good on my right heel, but I'll just walk it off and turn it into a callus. I ran out of water like an hour and a half before we found the spring, so that kind of sucked. But once we got to the spring, got some water, made a hot meal, it was a lot better. Then we went and had a hot breakfast again this morning, so it's not too bad now. Now I'm ready for another day of beast mode. Talk to you later. Last night when Curtis and I went over to the spring to wash out our cups after we had some hot chocolate, there was a cougar there, I'm pretty sure. I heard it. Because when I first got to the spring yesterday, I went like above the spring trying to find the source to see if I could find it, where it was like the freshest and cleanest. And while I was up there, I heard something big moving around in the brush. Wasn't really sure what it was, never could see it. So I was like, well, whatever. So I went back down to where I knew there was water and got some from there. And then last night, it was just me and Curtis, and it was dark. And we heard something moving around in the brush, and then so I was keeping watch while Curtis was washing our cups out. And I heard what sounded to me very much like a big cat, like a cougar, mountain lion kind of thing. Have a real low, like hiss, growl kind of thing. So that was kind of scary. I was like, alright, we need to go now. So me and Curtis took off out of there pretty quick. But it didn't bother us during the night. All our gear was still here when we woke up in the morning. We were still alive, so that's good. Hello.
Climbing up the mountain, and we see a few, not really caves, but just little nooks in the rocks. Checked them out, nothing there. We thought there'd be a cougar, or let's see what else is up here, snakes, or bats. Bats could be in here, but nothing.
Take a look at that crack in the wall all the way up. Now take a look down at the base and all the way down the curve. All that rubble comes from falling up. And we're right underneath where another big piece is about to break off. Interesting.
Making our way back up the mountain. It's a little hard for me doing it one-handed. But anything for TV, right?
For sure, bro. For sure.
Woo. Okay. Got it. Okay.
Metal.
the middle.
This is a good view.
Dude,
Oh, right there.
sunlight.
This is a real good view that's out there. Yep.
It's a lot bigger than we thought.
Yep. Crazy huge. I hope we can see the river once all the way up.
Oh, hey. Just climbing this here mountain. Got a nice view of Mexico over there. And our stuff down there.
Yeah.
Can't see the spring where we came from anymore because it's around the corner of the mountain. But you can kind of see some trails and dry washes and stuff like that. Look around. There's a road over there. Can't really see, but you can see where the cars are parked. At least I can.
It's too small on the camera.
Yeah. You might not be able to see that far. My eyes are better than yours.
It looks like a skin or something, but what kind of skin?
Snake.
Millipede?
I'd say millipede.
Just one more thing to watch out for.
Yeah.
We're about to head through the hole. Closest thing to a cave.
Yeah, it's pretty legit. Crawling through holes and tight spaces. That's what I do.
Okay, so I'll go through the hole first, and then I'll pass the camera back down, and you can go through the hole. Okay. That way it gets both of us.
Or you can like record me crawling up from up there.
Okay, I'll do it that way.
That way it's bigger and go like crawling.
Hope you guys can see this.
Why are there bees up there?
What?
Oh! Bees or trees? Keys with a K?
Bees! Like bumblebee!
Like taking a piss?
Oh, look.
A key! Like a car key! Oh! It's a tight hole. Do it so you guys can see it with one hand. Oh. All right. All right. One hand. All right. Now Cannon's gonna come up. Ew.
Oh, hey, they're moving rock.
Oh crap.
What happened, Brian?
No, I hear bees. There might be a hive up here.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Oh gosh. success. Whew. Okay, there are bees here. I have a thing about bees since I got attacked by them. And so we're gonna keep moving. Due to the higher risk of falling in this next climb, I'm not going to be filming, but I'll let you know what I did when I get up there.
So, we found this crevice here. It goes down that way. And myself and Brian are climbing in there. Curtis, are you climbing in there with us?
Yeah.
Sweet.
We're all going
So
in.
all three of us are going to crawl down the crevice. It's a bit of a squeeze, at least at the angle I'm going. With my Nalgene's and all, they kind of get in the way a little bit. Oh hey, I see the exit. See? The way out. Time to go. Staff, go down. Get in, go down. Hey, here comes, who's that? Curtis. Here comes Curtis.
What are the entrances at intended rockets, I guess?
I think it was smaller than this.
Oh, really?
This isn't too bad. It's just an annoyance with my Nalgene's.
Yeah.
Curtis, say hello.
How are you? Oh yeah, by the way, We're on a mountaintop right now.
Well, we're on the side now. We were on the top earlier.
Yeah.
You saw some pictures of
We're near
that.
the top. We were on the summit earlier, but this is pretty much the top.
Gotta stretch out my legs. Here. Oi. Oi.
Oh, heck yeah.
Goodness, you should go down over there and squeeze out through that crevice.
No.
You see? Oh, come on. You can do it.
I can't fit in there.
Yeah, you can. I can fit in there.
No, you can't.
Oh, yes, I can.
You said that before. We've had a crack.
No. That time, I said I didn't know if I could fit, but I was sure going to try. And you had to pull me out because I couldn't. But I've never said I can fit and then gotten stuck. You've only had to pull me out once, and I never said I could fit. Yeah, we're like, see if you can fit, because if you can fit, then we can, because you're the biggest. And I was like, okay, I'll try. And so I went in head first, and I didn't fit. Hey there, buddy. This is a very flattering shot. Oh, Brian's gonna go the wrong way.
I can try. If I get stuck, you gotta pull me.
Yeah, of course.
Hold on. Squeezing space. If I can get it.
The face is very red, but are you exerting yourself?
Hello, Brian.
Earthquake survivor.
How long were you stuck down there?
Hours.
This earthquake, the earthquake happened at 5 a.m. this morning. It's 1:45 now. Were you in there the whole time?
Yeah,
Wow.
that was me. I was screaming for help.
That's crazy.
Nobody bothered to come help me.
Yeah, we were too.
Sorry. We were recording.